Hi people and hello my Chili Cook crew, it's Chili here, the man who produces Iron for My Eyes, doing a 5-minute review on Unto Others' newest album, Neverland. You said it, Hetfield. We are here to check out the latest album by Unto Others, and third in their discography. If you're unsure of the band's music, these rockers have been compared to a modern day Type O Negative, but I'd say they're more like the Smiths, crossed of course with The Cure, sung with a baritone resonance, and riffs of course that smash like a sledgehammer. In a nutshell, they are a goth rock outfit, which people have claimed are industry plants due to their sudden rise and lack of information on the band or its members. But I'd say that's because their music fucking rocks, and many would agree with that. Butterfly was the first single from the record, and is the style that you can expect from the group. It isn't quite as aggressive as some of their previous efforts, such as Heroin or No Children Laughing Now, but paints a brooding image of admiring beauty to the point that it has to die to keep it that way forever. It's a simple yet effective piece that serves as a stark comparison to the next song, Mama Likes the Doors Closed, with a wicked kicker to the start, akin to some thrashing piece that you could mosh to. Massive tempo shift here, and one hell of a tune with an odd slow down section, but it really does help build the song up, and of course to a crashing end. Another standout tune off this record, which seems to be getting a lot of plays of course, is the track Suicide Today. Can I say that? Maybe this video will get demonetized. Anyway, the fourth track on this album really feels like a back-to-basics goth rock piece with bleak and dark lyrics containing vivid imagery of pressing one's own self-end button. It's dark, it's brutal, it's also a stark comparison and perhaps a perfect placement for the next track, Sunshine, which is a piece of beauty and a ray of sunlight compared to a lot of other tracks the band have on offer on this record, and especially considering that it comes right after that fourth track that we just mentioned. To be honest, it was perfectly placed after the subject matter and intensity of the previous song. We needed that light. Now, I was introduced to this band about a year ago through a friend who said, "Hey, did you want to come and see this group perform live? Tickets only cost $60. And I said, yeah, of course, why not? Gave me a chance to get out of the house and go see a live concert. And it's also where I got this little guitar pick from. I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is from the band after they performed. They handed it to me. Now I gotta say, the band's performance was absolutely mesmerizing, and I couldn't take my eyes off them the whole time. Especially their lead singer and guitarist, who of course exuberated a rockstar personified kind of attitude, donning his leather jacket and black aviator glasses the entire gig, without ever looking down at the crowd. Best $60 I ever spent, and of course I became a massive fan of their music after that gig. I even ended up doing a 5-minute review on their album Strength for my 200th episode of 5-minute reviews. You can check that out. But back to this record here, and there are perhaps two things that I have to mention in a negative light about this record. The first is the 50-minute runtime on the deluxe edition, which feels like a chore to get through in parts and could really use with culling of a few songs. In fact, this is the only edition that I'm aware of. I don't even know what the original album is meant to contain. The next part, and I'm not sure if this is just me or not, but it feels like the band's music on this outing feels slightly jarring, especially when compared to some of their older material. A lot of the earlier aggression and fast-paced tunes have been lost, and this record gives way to a more atmospheric and mature sounding band. Perhaps they are coming into their own here and refining their signature sound, but I feel like they're going to lose a few of their older fans who appreciated that element of theirs to begin with. I'll have to admit, it took a few playthroughs to fully appreciate this effort, but I am starting to come around to this record now, which at first felt like it was a misstep by the band. One song that caught me completely off guard has to be Flatline, which harkens back to that hardcore territory with its 97-second runtime and talks about the planet's unsustainable overpopulation issue. I dig it. I also appreciate the callback to Zelda, of course, at the beginning of the track Time Goes On. Also, I'll give a shout out here to that cover of Pet Sematary, originally performed by the Ramones, which was one of their biggest hits and is a perfect fit for this group of course. The cover is pretty faithful to the original, with a more atmospheric keyboard section, and of course contains more intricate guitar work when compared to the original, but is still a noteworthy version. I noticed this in post-production, but it looks like Pet Sematary was also a song the band would cover live, so here is actually a performance of the band doing it when I saw them in concert. Sure, there are a lot of tracks here, and most of them work so well. However, I don't feel like any were truly standouts. I might add the odd song like Butterfly or Flatline to a playlist, but I can't say it was quite an earworm like Nightfall was. But of course, this record still contains great tunes on hand. Overall, I'm going to give this album a score of 8 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Butterfly, Flatline, and the fourth track. I'd say this is a solid entry into the band's catalogue. Even if it didn't quite live up to my expectations for another gritty affair by the group, it is still an impressive sidestep from what I was expecting. The group shred into atmospheric rock in lieu of hard-hitting aggressive tunes, and I feel that it is working to their favour. What could be an interesting take for the future of the band might be if they try their luck at writing some long songs. Something tells me they could really pull that off. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us, and stay notified for future music related content because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always, people, you have a great day and stay spicy.